So for most that do not know, last week Apple announced their all-new Mac lineup with the all-new M4 chips. But one of the videos I made, which was on the MacBook Pro, was that people are asking what's the best M chip to go for. So I thought, why not make a video of what these chips are capable of doing, what's the best class for these chips, because obviously some of the chips are very overkilled or some of them are just perfect enough for students. So hopefully this video will help you understand which is best to go for, especially if you're a new consumer to Apple's ecosystem. But let's just get straight to what you need to know, and it's going to include all the chips from the M1 chip to the latest M4 chip. So let's get straight to what you need to know. So first we have the M1 chip, which obviously is the very first edition of Apple's very own in-house chips. And this thing is actually still pretty good to use. And I can actually vouch for that because I do in fact use a Mac Mini M1 and it's still holding up, even though it's an older chip from 2020. Now this chip is actually very good for battery life and is also very useful for performance in general use. So you can use this for Word projects or Excel and so much more. So it actually is very useful for or just general work, especially with some students. Now some of the cons is that it can't handle heavy workflows and it is limited to 16 gigabytes of unified memory, which is actually a big downside. I couldn't actually use 8 gigabytes of unified memory. It does let me get by with my editing, but it would actually help to have more RAM. Now this chip is actually best for a lot of users that are everyday users or students or even light creators. So it can be a good option to go for if you are just getting started. Now going to the M2 chip, which actually has more pros compared to the M1 chip. Now of course with the M2 chip you have improved performance and you do have higher RAM, which is actually very useful for a lot of people that do want to have heavy workflows. Now one of the downsides about this M2 chip is that it's not much of a big difference compared to the M1 chip in terms of performance. So it can be just a bit of a bigger increase, but not by much, about 10 or 20% more performance coming from the M2 chip compared to the M1 chip. But this chip is actually more useful for moderate multitasking and also for casual creative workers, because this actually does give you enough performance for basic workflow. Now we're going to the M3 chip, which has the biggest boost compared to the M2 chip and the M1 chip. This is basically where Apple actually put more work into these chips. Now the M3 chip does have a lot of performance and has even some ray tracing for a lot of those that do love gaming on Mac devices. And don't forget, Apple is bringing more games that are well known to the gamer communities to Mac devices, including some Assassin's Creed titles. Now this chip actually does have some downsides as it's basically overkill for casual users, and so it does have a bit of a pricier price tag to them. But this chip is still pretty good. Now this chip is basically useful for a lot of power users, creators, and even some gamers because of that extra GPU and ray tracing capabilities. But now we're going to the latest chip, which is the M4 chip. Now this is the chip that is currently found with the iPad Pro and 3 Mac devices with the iMac, Mac Mini, and of course the all-new MacBook Pro. Now this chip is basically good to go for in terms of future-proofing your stability of basically having a powerful system that can basically last a bit longer compared to these older chips that I did say earlier in this video. Now obviously not a lot of users actually have tested this new chip out yet, but it does have some boost compared to the M3 chip. But right now, I'll definitely say by the time of recording, this can be a decent chip to go for, especially if you're wanting to have a chip that will last a couple of years before it's a bit outdated in terms of performance with other chips. But also, if I had to give a good estimate of what's the best chip to go for in this video, I'll definitely say either going for the M2 or the M3. Most specifically, the M3 will be better to go for, but if you're wanting to future-proof, go for the M4. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next video. Be safe as always and have a great day.